G'day and welcome back to that new hobby high, Ultramarines from scratch. Well, let me say, I've had a hell of a weekend. I had the big 4,000 point tournament at Beyond Odessey, and it was absolutely spectacular. Thank you, Nick and the crew from Beyond Odessey for hosting an absolutely fucking magnificent event. It was a lot of fun, a lot of things turned out, a lot of drama, a lot of shooting, a lot of close combat. Oh my goodness. And at the end, I was utterly fucking exhausted. It was such a good day. There was a Warhound Titan, there was a Thunderhawk gunship, there was Sanguinius, freaking tearing shit up. There was an army full of freaking dreadnoughts. There was bloody two militia fucking armies, and one fella had really pulled all the stuff and just fucking paint. The amount of painting and effort that went into it was spectacular. And everyone who competed, played, just well done, top notch, 100% effort, fucking goes hard, the lot of yous. I didn't do too badly, I think. I got, out of my 3 games, I played Levy's Iron Warriors first, and he brought a fortification, like a barricade, which was like 65 points, and you made you re-roll your wounds if you shot anything that was behind it. It was really, really good investment of points, really unique bit of kit. But I just had a lot of heavy shooting, and I come out on top of that, not on tally, but rather on kill tally, but rather on points. So I won that, I think, 10-9. And then I was against, I think his name is Tom's Imperial Fists, and I got fucking tabled. I got brutally fucking tabled. Second turn, 1, 2, 3 squads of 10 Thunderhammer wielding Terminators just dropped in from orbit and fucking decimated me. Absolutely fucking decimated me. I had nothing left on the table by the end of turn 3. And then I faced Ty and his Alpha Legion and his Thunderhawk gunship. And I got my very, very first Lord of War kill, which was fucking quite specky for me, at least. I wasn't expecting it. And, I won that. I don't remember how many points by. It's irrelevant. It was such a good game that I honestly, we just stopped counting points and just started just enjoying the game for the fucking spirit of the game. Ty's a really fucking good, fun person to play with. The tables were magnificent. The armies were spectacular. Only a few entered in for the painting part. I got videos of all of them. I'll probably put them up in the middle of the week. But for the most part, I'll after this intro, I'll put the 3 battle vids up. The friggin' battle reports are only about 3 minutes long. And just marvel at fucking some of the fucking shit that was there. It was such a good day. Anyone in Western Australia, and I fucking mean it, I really, really do, or anyone who's willing to travel over here, next time there's a competition, seriously, you should seriously consider just coming in. It makes for such a good day. Everyone was an absolute champion. There were good people, good games, good vibes, just fucking tip top. So once again, thank you, Beyond Odessey. Thank you, Nick, for organising it. Thank you, just everyone who played. I loved it. It was so fucking good. It was so good. There were a couple of rules that we came across, which I'll talk about next week, which raised a few questions. And I also bought this bloody thing. I only just got the plastic off it 2 minutes though. Battle for Beta Gammon. So I think gammon is a fish. Is a gammon a fish? Like it's a British fish, I think. Like something that lives in a river. Like I've caught and eaten a gammon. So a beta gammon must be, obviously it's a planet, but it sounds like a less active fish. Anyway, this looks great. I really like the Solar Auxiliary. I really like the idea of this freaking major and minor bloody, black shields. If I was going to build an army with that I would have what's his name, bloody Saul Tarvitz. I would have freaking Death Guard. I would have World Eaters, and I'd have Emperor's Children, and I'd have them like exhausted and fantasizing about who they were fighting, and so that way it would sort of level it all out. That would be an lovely fucking army to freaking put together. But I'm going to concentrate on my blue boys because soon I'm going to be moving on to me knights. Anyway, love the lot of yous. I've had such a fucking spectacular week, but now I'm going to get back to painting. I got a couple of casualties. You can see them here, my medic and my apocryphy and my standard fucking died hero's death. But I'm going to finish off this nemesis. That video will probably be up either next week or mid next week, start of next week or mid next week for the rest of the painting vid for this one. Terminators to do, missile launchers to do, this fella to do, and then I'm going to put it up to the vote of what yous want me to paint next. Because, I figure I'll get a little bit of, not just clickbaiting, I'll just get a little bit of interaction. But let me finish these ones off first. I'll kick them in the dick. I've had a spectacular fucking week. I hope yous have. Checked these freaking battles out. I hope you pick up on how enthused and fucking happy I was for this. It was just such a good day. I'll put another one out on Wednesday with the armies and everything. So anyway, love the lot of yous. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see yous all later. Cheerio. Right, well, I'll just walk you through the tables that they had at Beyond Odessey, and as per usual, they did not shy away. These tables were spectacular. Different terrains, different settings, everything all set up. You've got like a medievally one thing here, desert freaking ruins here. Let's have a look. Freaking stone and freaking pitted ruin. Grass landing field, sort of a jungly field to me, or a freaking open paddock. It's really good. This is one I played on. I like this one a lot. Freaking this sort of brassy urban cityscape, red desert, freaking radar installation. They're really, really nice, man. I mean, you get in there and you're excited to play on these bloody tables. This one's had some sort of gun emplacements all over it, and freaking like defence lines and walls and all that. And you can really tell that Beyond Odessey put in a hell of a lot of effort into making these tables all ready and right for us for this day. And freaking, I dead set appreciate it. And I just wanted to take a bit of time to show you the quality of what they've got there, and that we used. So yeah, it was really, really, really good. Fucking, I didn't mind it at all. Oh, I love this one. Would have liked to have played on this frost-basted one. And the table's got like little shelves underneath, so you can put your freaking boxes and keep your books, and doesn't get in anyone's way. Everyone's got a cup holder. Bloody brilliant! I love the foresight. I love the layout. I love the effort. It was just, you can see right there. It's right. So first game was 4,000 points. And against Iron Warriors. Now, I kept all my lads in tanks. He only had 2 tanks, but he had a big fucking wall to hide behind, which made me have to re-roll wounds on anything that got anything that freaking shot him. Very solid little bloody bit of kit that fucking wall was. So he had a couple of Terminators and a tank. He had an empty tank, a dude who summoned demons, as you can see there, and a Contempt of Dreadnought, a couple of units of autocannons, and the autocannons just popped holes and fucking everything, just rolling on 6s. Ended up popping both my Spartans, both my Rhinos. I think my Damocles survived. A plane came in at a late point in time, but the 3 units of demons has freaking started to collect on the objectives, And yeah, unfortunately, like I was playing, the objectives kept on moving, and most of them moved into my zone. So when he popped my rhinos, I had 2 tactical squads sitting on those objectives, and they were able to freaking win me the game. And this is pretty much it. It was just a shooting gallery, freaking shooting and saving, shooting and saving, shooting and saving, and sitting on a fucking objective until the end of the game. It was a good game. It was a tactical game, but it wasn't what I would call a high body count, bloodthirsty game. But it was a lot of fun. And as you can see, the terrain was spectacular. This was a great warm up at the start of the day. Really was fucking brilliant. Now, this was my second game, and it was literally the biggest slapping I had had in any of my games I've ever played ever. It was against these beautifully painted Imperial fists, and it looks like a fairly hefty army there, but they're not fucking all on the table yet. There's the trick. So in a little while, they're all going to come down, and you're going to see, oh, there is the first unit there, drop down. There was Castaferums at the top end, but that little fellow dropped down first. Yeah, that was the fucking first sign of a load of hurt, because then after this, you get 3 units, boom, 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 of 10-man Thunderhammer Wheelman Terminators. There it is. Look at that. That's fucking agony to fucking see. So, yeah, freaking Thunderhammer Terminators, 30 of them in the middle of my field, fucking turn 2. And, yeah, you can see they're fucking taking out the Fellblade, taking out the Spartan, taking out my Terminators. Just about to have my quad launchers taken out by the 3 Castaferums with double bloody Gravis lasers. I've got a single unit of tacticals in a rhino burning up the side, just trying to keep alive by getting forward, just running into 2 gun lines of fucking yellow auto cannons. It was such a slapping. He literally had no mercy, and I loved it. It was a fucking solid savage. It was like watching a shark eat a puppy. It was friggin' horrific. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was a good game. Brutal, but good. And you know what? Even if I played it again, I wouldn't have been able to change the outcome in one jot. It was just spectacular. So yeah, end of turn 3, and I am completely fucking tabled. Sea Yellow, 21 points to 0. What a fucking win. Congratulations, bud. That was spectacular. Right, well, this was the third and final game I had on the Saturday against Ty's Alpha Legion. And let me tell you what, this was a beautifully painted army. Yes, he had 3 laser rapiers, he had 6 sets of speeders, lots of troops, he had Terminators with conversion beamers, he had sneaky bloody plasmas, sneaky bloody troops all over the shop, getting well ahead of the game, and he had a fucking absolutely magnificent centerpiece in a Thunderhawk, a genuine Thunderhawk gunship, and it was just so fucking good. He did his Alpha Legion sneaky shit, and he did it really well, and he dragged most of my scoring troops away from the objectives and into that corner there while freaking slowly potting away. All those units there freaking were coming towards my tanks and dead set intent of fucking it up. I dropped a bunch of templates on them, but I could not kill those dreadnoughts, and I think the entire unit of that all the weapons of that Fellblade shot that Contemptor. Didn't do a spot of damage. Look at that. Fucking there it is. The freaking it came in that Thunderhawk from reserves, and I did the reaction to it, bring in my Xiphon. And yeah, unfortunately for Ty, I knocked him out of the sky. It blew up where it stood and took out the other half of his scoring points of the army, which was unfortunate because it was such a magnificent fucking beast to see in the air. It killed off a bunch of my quad launchers, a bunch of my other troops, but it took out most of his army when it went down. And as you can see, my Terminators waltzing up there to his Terminators. They didn't get together to freaking fight it out. But yeah, it was just such a good game. Ty's such a good bloke to roll against. He's just an absolute champion. Ended up just winning on points with this one, but it was such a good game. We had the little fighting dudes there. I'm at a loss for words. It was that good of a game.